So what does purposeful deployment look like in higher education? To tell us a little bit about their purposeful deployment, please welcome Stephen Johnson from Texas A&M to the stage. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
Okay, so we talked a little bit around K-12. We've just heard from Connor around K-12 and their deployment. Can you tell us a little bit around the primary purpose for your deployment within Texas A&M?
Yeah, I think the most important piece of our deployment of infrastructure is to provide reliability, scalability, and just make sure our services are operational at all times. A&M is quite a large university. Our campus is 5,200 acres. We just crossed 77,000 enrolled students. We have 4,100 faculty on staff. So that key component of reliability really goes to build IT's operational credibility and just the positive image IT brings a university.
Yeah, and that kind of figure is huge. So how do you make sure that the IT services meet the needs of the students and the staff at all times?
Yeah, this is a great question. I was telling you backstage, I have the unique perspective now where I'm a former student, graduated class of 2015. I've been an IT employee since then, and I am now an active student. I just started grad school, so kind of this unique perspective to bring it all full circle. Making sure we meet the needs of the students. I mean, that is why we work at A&M. That's why we work for universities. Providing services that just, for a lot of students, college is, a tough time. So, just making it easier for them. Our help desk central area, they'll deploy stations at key components or key times of the year, whether it's start of the school year or right before finals, and just goes to make, that little bit of stress, lifted off their shoulders. Mm-hmm. And I think that's an often forgotten part of IT is, sometimes we're, at our desk or behind the keyboard, but there's always a person that we are operating and trying to serve.
Yeah, perfect. So, you talk about the fact that you're serving those individuals at critical points, taking away the stress. How else do you measure the success of your IT initiatives?
Yeah, this is a great question. We do a lot of surveying our students. It's a huge student body. There's a lot of opinions, but it's very important that we consider them all. Through Jamf, we've deployed surveys to our users to get feedback on maybe a new layout or a new, we deployed encryption. How's that working for you? But paying attention to that feedback is huge. It's kind of obvious, but it's sometimes a forgotten aspect. And I think the other key component is active engagement with the stakeholders, whether it's a business unit or an academic unit. Again, they have different goals, but IT kind of meets them in the middle where we facilitate both those goals.
Yeah, 100%. Let's pivot slightly to security. What role does cybersecurity play as part of your IT deployment strategy?
Yeah, cybersecurity is at the heart of everything we do. Whether we're designing something or building something, really the protection of academic and research data is a huge component. I was talking with our CISO earlier about this question, and he gave me a breakdown on some statistics. Again, towards the scale of A&M. He was telling me, currently we forward 3 billion events into our SIM every month. We have 2.5 million two-factor authentication events every month. So cybersecurity is in everything.
That's awesome. It's a huge number. It's worrying, but good that you're in control of it, right? That's the main thing. Last question. How does IT contribute to the long-term vision and goals of what you're trying to achieve around innovation and digitalization in campus?
Yeah, I think IT is kind of the backbone of that and kind of the person who carries the torch. We see a lot of the different things, in technology. It's cutting edge. things announced in a JNUC keynote that we can take back to campus and start implementing. There's ongoing initiatives on campus to digitize our libraries. I kind of, as I'm sure a lot of y'all kind of experienced, COVID really threw a wrench in things. And we found that digital libraries were something that both facilitated, education during remote work or, something like COVID, but also is just kind of the future. In my previous class in grad school, I was talking with my professor. He has this grand vision of Apple Vision Pro classrooms. So whether it's part of your tuition, but you get an Apple Vision Pro and you just attend class with that, and that's the type of stuff that's like you kind of think and you're like, oh, that could be a reality. So the technological investments, but I also think a key component is the people investments. Returning that both to your campus members, but also your IT staff. A&M has been doing great work with the security department. They've started up a cybersecurity apprenticeship program where students can apply, and if they're selected, they get Network Plus, Security Plus, and ITIL Foundation certified, but also that real-world experience in cybersecurity. So when they graduate, they kind of have that foot in the door already. We've also been doing a lot of work for our student workers with a program we call the Sprite program, where if a student worker in IT sort of finds something they've fallen in love with and want to pursue it as a career, we help facilitate. We try to find somebody on campus that's doing that as their job and try to match them and create a mentorship program. So I think a really key component for the innovation and the advancement is the people aspect, not just the technology, which is cool, but
Yeah, 100%. And we talk about people and purpose a lot, making sure that it isn't just about the technology, it's about the people as well. So it's great to hear all of those great things you're doing. And thank you so much for joining us out on stage. And with that, we'll hand back to Suraj.
Yeah, thank you.